I'm Pauline. Pauline Tate. Pauline Tate.
Chloe Brown.
What's your name?
Chloe Brown.
Chloe. Chloe, very pretty name. And you're 16 years old. You're going to have a horrible time.
Horrendous time.
What age were you when you went to get the vaccine? You got an older daughter, you said?
Yeah, I've got
She
one
had
at 25. She was one of the first to get the injections, the vaccine.
She got the 3.
She's 25. She's 25. There was 3 vaccines then. Because Stephanie had it.
Was it Gardasil for her as well?
Do you know what? I'm not sure whether it was Gardasil or whether it was.
Cervix.
I'm not sure, but she's got problems now as well.
Right. So when you heard about this vaccine as a mother, what made you think it was a good idea?
When we heard that it was going to cure cancer, when I was told that this could prevent cervical cancer, I thought, this is great. Of course my daughter's getting it, of course she is. We got a form home from Chloe's school stating that it could be maybe 5 or 6 adverse effects, from a sore arm to a sore head to maybe feeling a bit tired. And I thought, well, that's nothing compared to getting cervical cancer. Of course, get it done. So after the first vaccine, Chloe had bothered with her knees.
Chloe what?
Had bothered with her knees. She had really bad.
Had problem with her knees.
Yeah. And she was at the hospital when she had a MRI scan. And now you can see this better than me. What were you diagnosed with?
Osteosclerosis and Syndergaard-Johansson. Basically joint pains.
Joint pain.
And I was told that as I get taller and once I had reached my full height, the pain would go away because it's just my muscles grown. That's what they told me it was.
And you didn't connect it with the vaccine?
Oh no, that was the first vaccine. That was the first one. After the second vaccine, which was last February, Chloe became really lethargic. She had terrible headaches. She was coming in from school, going straight to bed. But previous to this, Chloe's a dancer. She loves acting. She was on stage acting in school. She was at a drama school as well. You did the cheerleading as well. She was really active, and she was out
What kind of
quite a lot.
dancing were you doing?
Everything.
Tap, ballet, jazz, modern?
Mostly like hip hop. Was my favourite. I went to a dance school that I went to since I was about 8 or 9, right up until I ended up with pains in my knees, and that's when I had to stop.
But she continued up until last March, was it, with the drama school?
Yeah,
and then she couldn't continue anymore with that because she was too tired, to be honest. And then a year ago just now, it was a year ago next week in fact, you can tell what happened with your knee, with your hip.
I was out with my friends and we're just walking and I felt a click in my hip. I felt as if it was clicking in and out of place. And I was walking and I was pushing it in to try and stop it from clicking in and out. And eventually it was so bad I had to run into a shop and I was sick in their toilet. And then before my mum, she came and got me, and that was the first night we ended up at A&E. And then it was just back and forth doing tests, x-rays, different things, everything come back clear. We just didn't know what was causing this pain. And at this point it was just my hip that I was getting the pain in. And I was able to walk in crutches because I couldn't put pressure on it. It was when I was putting pressure onto my foot, the pain in my hip was agonising, and I just couldn't put any pressure on this leg. So I was walking with crutches. And then we were back and forth for the hospital, different appointments, and I was going in to see the orthopaedics, and they were sending me to physio, and physio was sending me to A&E. No one knew where to go to try and help me. And then eventually they decided to take me in for a week's intense physio, so doing hydrotherapy and using their gym. And then I went in on the crutches, done hydrotherapy 3 or 4 times.
About 3 times.
And the last time I went in, they said to me, we can't put you in this pool because if we put you in, we might not get you back out.
Because she was in so much pain.
Okay, just because some people not quite because the accents. But so summarising up, so had you had your third Gardasil at this point?
It was only 2 when I was
You've
getting
only
it.
ever had 2?
That's all
Okay.
they
That
give
was
now.
what mine was just the 2.
And you were saying you were out one day and you felt your hip click,
Yep.
and then you threw up, and you've been to A&E, which by the way stands for Accident and Emergency in hospital, and they put you onto physiotherapy. They kept pushing you around from one department to another.
We're still like that. We still just keep getting pushed from place to place.
But after Chloe was taken in for the week, 4 months later she got out of hospital. She had numerous amount of tests. Everything was coming back clear. They said it was in her head. They said that she had to go to psychiatry and psychology.
So same story as with all the other Godsall girls. They're saying it's in her head, psychology.
I mean, they were putting things. They didn't believe she couldn't even walk. Chloe still has to be helped in and out of bed. She can do a couple of steps, but she's in agony. She has an agony with it.
There was doctors coming in to see me during the night because I was in so much pain. The nurses on the ward didn't know what to do, so they're calling a doctor to come and see me, and he was saying, well, can you get up and let me see you walking? And at this point I hadn't walked for 2 months. I hadn't been able to get up myself and walk independently for 2 months, but this doctor didn't know because no one had written it in my notes and no one was telling anybody what was my symptoms. They seemed to put me at the end of the ward and then leave me there.
That's true.
So basically she's saying that they were being really cruel to her and trying to get her
It was very
doctors.
cruel the way that it was terrible the way that Chloe. We've never been in and out of hospital. But I always
You've never
thought none of our family has been in and out
So
of hospital. We've been
they're a healthy
been a healthy family. Chloe was at the doctor's 5 times throughout her life before this, and it was for silly things that children would get, like sickness and diarrhea and things. There was nothing major in her life. After she got this second vaccine, everything changed. Everything changed. When she was in hospital, it was cruel the way that she was treated by staff.
Because they didn't think there was anything wrong with me.
By consultants, by doctors, by nurses, by physiotherapists. It was actually cruel. They were putting things behind it, moving it to the other side of the room.
To try and catch me out.
To try and catch her out. Because they didn't believe that she was in so much pain. Now,
when does the doctor stop believing it's patient? I don't understand.
They never believed it.
For the word go, they never.
When she got the first MRI scan, and after that came back clear, they said there was nothing wrong with Chloe. They said it was on her head, and they're still saying no. I have to correct myself there. She doesn't see the psychologist or anything now because they believe there's nothing wrong with Chloe. They know that there's nothing. No.
Well,
they don't.
There's no need for me. There's no way that they could because they've done tests. I was seeing them like 3 or 4 times a week. I was seeing this therapist that was coming in to see me, and she was coming in and we were just sitting chatting because she didn't actually know what to do, what she was supposed to be doing with me, because she was just told to come and see me because the doctors thought it was in my head, but the psychologists didn't know why they were getting me to come and see me because there was nothing psychologically wrong with me.
That's really important. She's saying the doctors thought she was crazy in the head, and so they sent it to the psychologist, and the psychologists were like, there's nothing wrong with you, and just would sit and chat with them, so it was a mess.
We did go through psychology for a couple of months until they came to that conclusion that there was nothing wrong with it. They included the family in it as well, and we've never been in it. We've never had to deal with anything like this before, which we did go along because we thought it's going to help Chloe. Chloe was out of hospital in September. She came out in a wheelchair with a stair lift. We had to get the toilet made into a weight room because she couldn't get in and out the bath. She's still in a hospital bed because she can't sleep in a normal bed. She can't sit herself up. She has to, like I say, get herself. We have to lift her in and out of bed because she can't do that. And the doctors, we've not got an appointment now to August with the doctors, and that's been since December last year.
We actually, the ramp, because to get into our house there's a step about that, and they had to put a ramp in for me to get the wheelchair in, and it was put in today. I've been out of the hospital since September, and I got it put in today because someone in the hospital had told my occupational therapist, no, don't bother fitting the ramp because she'll be up and walking by the time it would be in.
Because it was too much money.
They really didn't believe that I was in so much pain, and they thought that once I get home I would be up and walking because they thought that I was just putting this on that I was pretending to be in the pain that I'm in.
And Chloe is in severe pain. Chloe is in a multitude of tablets from diazepam, diclofenac, gabapentin, amitriptyline, paracetamol, every day, and nothing takes the pain away. She's in pain 24/7.
Are you in a group of Gardasil victims, Gardasil girls, Gardasil peeps?
Yeah, we're in the association of...
The UK Association of Vaccine Injured Daughters.
And that you know about Regretting Ireland, and there are various other really brilliant support groups in America. You need to get chatting to girls your age.
Well, there's a few girls that I've been speaking to that have, they've actually messaged me saying that they had seen the stuff that was in the news. They had seen it and they...
Did you go in the news?
Yeah.
I was in, was it STV2 the channel was?
She was on STV News and STV2 last week.
Good for you, good for you.
And I was in the Sunday Post, and then it was the Daily Mail,
And the Sun.
the different newspapers that they...
She was on the radio as well.
Good for you.
See,
Talking about one.
Chloe is desperate for other girls not to go through what she's went through.
Now, do you have any other symptoms apart from the pain?
Yeah, she's we're waiting to go to cardiology. She gets really bad pains in her chest. She breathes really heavily. Her pulse races and different things.
dizzy spells, they get really bad dizzy spells.
And her periods, Chloe has taken her periods because she was 11 and it's been regular. She didn't have a period for 5.5 months while she was in the hospital. She took one period after that, then she's had two periods this year, and they've been horrendous. She's been doubled up.
So what she's saying is that she started her period when she was 11. They just can't understand the actual thing.
Yeah.
And then after the Gardasil, they stopped.
Stopped for 5.5
For
months.
5.5 month period stopped. And
She had one more period last year,
one more last year.
and she's had 2 periods this year.
2 periods this year.
But this year, since she's had her periods, it's clots. She's been really bad in pain, and that was never like that. But we did take it to, when she was in the hospital, we did explain our concern with that. We went to a gynaecologist and they told us not to worry, that in later years, if Chloe wants to start a family, they can give her a tablet to help her.
So if you want, they told you that if you want to start a family in later year, they can give you a tablet to start it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So everything that we are saying to the doctors, it's a case of, no, there's nothing, but that's not in our field. That's not in our field. We'll get somebody else to speak
Just getting
to you.
pushed from
And then it's somebody else that
departments.
comes in. That's not in my field. No, I'll speak to somebody else.
So they keep pushing you from field to field
Yeah.
to field to field, to
And
different
they've not had-
profession. No one can help you. Now listen, there are people that can help you. We've interviewed girls that have done really well in specific treatments. So you need to get involved with. Have you seen all? Okay, I'll give you some stuff afterwards. Take that as well. But are you on Facebook?
Yep.
What's your name? Can people contact you on Facebook?
Yep.
What's your name on Facebook?
It's Chloe Brown.
Chloe Brown. Okay, so all the Gardasil peeps that know how to help will contact you. And there's some, like I say, some people doing really well. The point is, you trusted. You did as you were told, and you were lied to.
And I really wish I could turn the clock back, because it's seeing Chloe the way she is, seeing her the way she was over a year ago, seeing her the way she is now, it's heartbreaking. This is the first day, and over a week, Chloe's managed to get up out of bed, and she's doing it to be here tonight to help other girls. It's horrendous watching her. She can't go to school. She's not been to school this year.
I've had to give up my exams. I was supposed to be sitting my exams. This week would be my first exam, but I can't sit any of them because I've missed so much schooling.
Oh my God. These things go through so much.
Oh, thank you. And anybody can contact Chloe, anybody that can help. It would be great to if they could contact Chloe.
They will contact Chloe. Chloe, you are going to get some people that will contact you, and they're people who are going to shower you in love. And they think they love you, and they love you. And they are, even though they had a little bit of trouble with your accent, it's the same story. You know what?
I know.
It's the same story with one of them too, and the other Gardasil victims, boys and girls.
Yeah.
And
It's terrible, it's horrendous. It is horrendous.
Well, look at all those hearts.
yeah, you're getting loads of hearts, and I'm turning it around. All those hearts for you. Both. Mummy too.
That's lovely.
Well, they know your pain. Thank you for speaking out about it. Oh, Mama.
Thank you.